What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video, and today we're checking out Batman Urban Legends #1, the first story from this comic, alright? Now, this first story is called Cheer Part 1, and it has Red Hood and Batman in it. Now, this is mainly a Red Hood focused story, written by Zdarsky and drawn by A. Barrows and Marcus too. Now guys, you already know Zdarsky's an amazing writer, and this is another one of his really great stories. It's a very simple story, but it's just written so well, and the artwork by A. Barrows is so amazing that it makes for one of my favorite Red Hood storylines in a long time. But yeah guys, if you're ready, let's dive into this issue. We begin with Red Hood chasing a man in the rain. Red Hood hits the man with rubber bullets, and the man falls to the ground. Look man, I can shoot you all night, but there's a new drug in Gotham. And you're going to tell me who's making it, Red Hood says as he stands over the man and puts a gun to his head. All I know is where it gets. The building at the corner of 17th and Oakard, the man says very nervously. Red Hood realizes the man is saying the truth. He walks away. The drug Red Hood is tracking down is called teardrops. It gives the user extremely pleasant hallucinations. But if the user becomes an addict, that addict can remain in a hallucination state, committing self-harm. Red Hood pulls back his hood. Jason tries to look for more leads, but then the police arrive. Jason disappears into the shadows. We flash back to Alfred, walking to the Batcave and ordering a younger Jason to get back to training. Master Bruce will be back shortly. He'll be extremely disappointed if he does not find you training. Jason is frustrated. He's been throwing bat-shaped knives all week. When is he going to take me out? He asks. Alfred responds, when you're ready, I suspect, which will not be without practice. Jason gets up and gets back to training. Jason decides to abandon the knife throwing and he searches the cave. He finds a room full of guns. He's astonished by what he sees. You're not allowed in here, Batman says right behind Jason. Jason is startled by Batman's sudden appearance. I thought you hated guns, Jason asks. I do, but I still need to know them. I need to master everything, including the things I hate. Guns are a coward weapon, and we will not be cowards, Batman says, picking up a gun and setting it back down. Batman begins to walk away saying, let's see how you are at long-range night targets, Jason. Jason? Jason does not respond. We go to present day. We see Batman on a gargoyle. Police try to get a man down from the edge of a building. The man jumps off the building rooftop in joy. He thinks he's on a roller coaster because he's on the teardrops drug. Batman swings down and catches the man before his death. Batman brings the man down to the police. The police then go against Batman who shoots. Batman shoots a grappling gun and makes it onto a gargoyle far above. He holds some of the teardrops in his hands. We switch to Red Hood, interrogating a man about the drug at the building he was told to go to. The guy who sells the stuff is on the 3rd floor, the man says nervously. Red Hood lets go of the man and heads upstairs. Jason finds a kid crying at the bedside of his mother. His mother is all drugged out. The kid fears Jason at first, but then Jason takes off the mask and reassures the kid that he's on the good side. Jason tries to call an ambulance. Jason knows what the kid is feeling. Jason's mother died of an overdose, and he doesn't want the kid to have the same experience. The boy's name is Tyler. Jason comforts him, but begins to search around the room. Jason asks Oracle to find the kid's dad. Oracle gets on the task. Do you want me to call anyone for the kid? Barbara asks. Jason replies, no. I will keep him safe. We switch to Batman investigating the teardrop drug. He thinks Scarecrow's behind it all, but Crane's dead. End recording. He says. Batman calls on Oracle to see if any of Scarecrow's associates are doing a current activity. Barbara tells him that nothing is going on involving Scarecrow. Him and his operation is dead, or off the grid. Batman gets in his Batmobile and asks Barbara about Jason. Barbara tells Batman that Jason's investigating the drug too. He's a killer, Barbara. I'll do this one alone, Batman says, driving off. Now we flash back to Bruce, talking with Alfred in the Batcave. It's him, Alfred. I don't know how, but Jason is alive. Bruce prepares to hunt Jason down as the Red Hood. Bruce doesn't know what happened to Jason. With all due respect, sir, you do. We both know Jason, his anger, but we also know his admiration of you. You and I know what he's thinking. He idolized you, Master Bruce, and you let him down. He was an orphan, and we put him in harm's way, and he was murdered by the Joker, the man you kept capturing, the man who kept getting free, who continued to kill again and again. We let Jason down, sir. Bruce Wayne needs to save him instead of Batman trying to fight him. He needs you, Alfred says, close to Bruce. Now, Bruce looks at his cowl for a second, then puts it on saying, maybe, but he's killing people, Alfred, and Batman needs to stop him. We go to present day, and we see Jason put the boy Tyler in a spot in an alley. Jason puts the Red Hood mask on Tyler, saying, it'll protect you, okay? Anyone weirds you out, just say, Oracle, I need your help. You got that? What's your superhero name? Jason asks the boy. The boy says, what's yours? And Jason replies, Red Hood. Now the boy then says, oh, then mine is the Blue Hood. I like blue, the boy states. Jason smiles, saying, perfect. I'll be right back with your dad, okay? Blue Hood. Now Jason gets his weapons ready and heads into the factory of the teardrops. He takes down multiple goons and searches for Tyler's father, Andy. After defeating all the goons, one begins to get away. It's Andy. Andy runs into the alleyway, and Jason follows him. Jason shoots Andy in the knee and walks up to him. Jason tells Andy about his family, but Andy just starts laughing and saying how he doesn't care about his wife or his son Tyler. Now Jason gets mad at this and shoots multiple bullets into Andy with anger. Oh God, Jason says, looking at his gun in fear. What will he tell Tyler? Jason sits down in shame next to the dead body of Andy, rain pouring above his head. So that was the first part of Chip Zdarsky's Red Hood storyline. And guys, I really enjoyed this. It was written so well, and I just like how Chip Zdarsky goes pretty much puts focus on Jason's character. Like, the story starts out really simple, action-packed. Honestly, when I was starting to read it, I was like, alright, it's okay story, but at least the artwork by Eddie Barrows is amazing. Guys, Eddie Barrows' artwork is phenomenal throughout. How he draws Batman, Red Hood, all the action sequences, the one shot of Batman saving the man in midair is just so dope. I really like that. And also the final shots are so powerful. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about the artwork. Phenomenal as always. But for the writing by Chip Zdarsky, it starts out pretty good, decent, not amazing yet. But once we get to the flashbacks with Jason and Alfred, I'm like, okay, this is going in an interesting direction. And then we have the whole teardrop drug, which that's not a super new idea, but how it's presented here, it's actually presented very well, showing the impact on the people of Gotham. Seeing Jason find this kid by his mother, who his mother is all drugged out. So Jason knows about that feeling. And to see him kind of resonate with this kid named Tyler and try to find his father is an interesting journey for Jason. And kind of okay, we already know that Jason's been redeemed many times, but here it's not full on oh, he's redeemed, but you can see a different side of his character. Not just Jason, killing people, or him teaming up with some other heroes, or him being with Artemis. No, it's actually him resonating with this kid and trying to save this family, which I really like. And to see the flashbacks with Jason and Alfred, those are really good, and how they actually connected to Jason's storyline, with how Jason found the guns, and he actually got astonished by them, and in the future, or present day, we see him actually use those guns and take down all these goons in a factory. Guys, that whole action sequence was so awesome. See him just take down all the goons and then hunt down the father, Andy, was really good. Now, the ending shocked me, guys. I was really shocked by that. To see Jason actually kill that guy, I was like, dang. Okay, at first I was like, alright, that makes sense. It's kind of I don't blame Jason, it's how the father was acting, but at the same time, how is Jason gonna explain this to Tyler? And actually the mother of Jason saves the mother, right? And the police obviously are going after the vigilantes. It looks like the story is still set in the Infinite Frontier timeline, with how Nakano and Gotham City having the police go after vigilantes, because we see in this issue that Batman, after saving that guy, is still hunted down by the police. So not only does Jason have to worry about Tyler and his mother, but now he has to worry about the police, because the police are probably going to go after him even more now that he killed another person. So Jason's got a lot of problems he has to deal with, and it's a great start to the storyline. There's still 4 more parts, guys, and I'm excited. Now, one more thing I want to address. We had Batman this issue, which he wasn't as, prominent, but the best part with him was in the flashback. We see him, he's preparing to hunt down the Red Hood, he believes it's Jason, it's back then, the Under the Red Hood storyline, and we see him talking with Alfred, and Alfred basically tells him, hey, you act like we don't know about Jason, we didn't know what happened to him, but we do. He's always had this anger, we put him in harm's way, and it's kind of like the same repeated themes that we see many times, but how it's presented through Alfred, it's written so well, and it's kind of powerful. And at the end of the page where we see Batman just totally ignore what Alfred's saying and be like, but a lot of people are dying, and Batman needs to stop the Red Hood. It's a cool moment, but it's also what's gonna happen next. It leads to this point where if just Batman would showed up and came as Bruce, maybe Jason would, actually not been the Red Hood. Maybe he would not start killing people. Maybe he would not be a villain for a little bit. But yeah, guys, that's just my thoughts on it. A really awesome comic book that I'm going to give a 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, guys. Definitely one of my favorite Red Hood storylines in a while. I'm excited to see where the story goes. But yeah, you guys tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? If you liked the video, give a big thumbs up on your channel. Make sure to subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on my next DC Comics review. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.